Hi everybody, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How you guys doing? Well, the next category I want to cover with the deep dive into the PowerTeam lures baits is their worms. And if you guys like worm fishing, they've got some great options. The first one I'm going to talk about is the 5-inch 6-stick. And what the 6-stick is like it's their Senko style bait, their pencil style bait. And if you guys have not seen it before, it's a little different, like most of their baits than like the traditional, Senko style bait, stick bait, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, it's really set up perfect for wacky rigging. If you want to throw a wacky worm, because they have that solid piece in the middle that doesn't have any ribs on it, and then both other sides of the bait are ribbed. And so it makes a great action in the water. And then, traditional style, just sticking a hook right through the middle there. It's already set up for you, right where the hook is to go. But this is really, you could flip and pitch it. You can throw it on a jig head. You can throw it on a Nico rig. You can just wacky style it, whatever you want to do. It has a lot of different ways to fish it. And they have a bunch of colors. This is the bait on their list. I didn't really realize this until I started doing these videos, that they have like 21 different colors. And I don't have 21 colors, shockingly, but I have a bunch here that I'll show you. And then I'll show you I'll list the ones that I don't have, which I'll probably get eventually just to try them out, because it is a good bait. And now that I've kind of gotten more into that Nico rig fishing, I think this is going to play very, very well with that technique. So let me go through the colors. Like I said, I have it up on my phone, 21 colors. And I don't have 21 colors. I'll show you the ones I got. There's no discontinued ones that I saw on the list, so I did see that there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 I don't, so I guess I probably have 13 here. I'll show you in a sec. I don't remember when I made this list if there was any. I didn't have anything listed as discontinued, so probably not. So let me show you what I got. First one is Baby Bass. This is a really cool color. If you're looking for a really solid clear water bait, now the top of the bait, what I would consider the top, is just a flat end. Then the bottom, it's got like a little bit of a bump there on the bottom. Now, do I think it matters what side is what? Probably not. If you were going to say Texas rig it and flip it around, but if I was going to Nico rig this fish, or Nico rig this bait, not fish, I would put my weight probably in this flat side here. And then run my O-ring or my crossover ring there, and that would be the bottom of the bait on the bottom. And so I'll rig one up before the video's over, just to show you guys if you're new to throwing a Nico rig, whatever you want to call it. But let's just go over the colors now and the baits. If you have not seen the bait before, here it is again. That's the Baby Bass color. Great clear water. It's a clear bait with kind of like more of a white and a bottom. It's got all that green flake in there. It looks like some black flake. I don't see anything else other than the green and the black. So it's like a small green flake and the large black flake. So Baby Bass is a good one. You can get that one. I'm going to kind of compare both here. Black Blue Swirl I don't have. You've seen that color a lot in my other videos. I do have a pro pack of the Baby Bass. There's the pro pack of the Baby Bass. I think most of these, when I got them, I got pro packs. Black with Blue Flake, I do have that. Here we go. If you like the darker colors, that looks awesome right there. The Black with Blue Flake. If you guys like throwing if you need a bite, it's hard to beat a wacky worm. But like I said, a lot of different ways to rig these up. But Black Blue Flake, if you like the darker colors, they've got that. That's still made. Dinner Bell. Now, I'm not going to remember exactly what all these look like. I'm going to have to check the color charts here. Dinner Bell. Okay. Hope I don't mess this up, because this one and this one look a lot alike. I almost think they're the same. No, that's definitely different. That is definitely Dinner Bell. So, Dinner Bell is kind of, like I said, it's like a silver underneath. You've got that smoke top with the blue flake, the purple flake. I don't know if there's any black flake in there. It might be, yep. Some black, some blue, some purple flake. The dinner bell is a cool color. I think I have, yeah, I should have just referred to the Pro Pack because it still has the name on there. There's a Pro Pack of the dinner bell. So I probably got 10 or so in there, the other 15 in the bag. Dinner bell, another cool one. Let's see. Dirty Ghost, I don't have. That's that whitish color. The Galaxy, I think, I've got to check these and make sure I don't mix them up with other ones. I think that's the color that's right there, but I want to be sure when I show it to you. Yeah. This is the Galaxy color. This is really cool. So if you like your darker colors, and this one's got blue flake. It's really, to me, it's like a darker smoke. If you like your blue, your purple, your black flake, the Galaxy is a really cool option. Excellent, excellent one. And that's, like I said, that one's still available. Okay, green pumpkin. I believe I've got that. Let's double check. Green pumpkin I do have. And there it is right there. So good old green pumpkin. Basic color. Everybody loves green pumpkin baits. Put a little orange on there, maybe a little chartreuse. Sometimes, like I said, I'll draw like a line with the dye markers, which make it easy. I've shown you those a lot of times. You just want to add a little color to it. But green pumpkin is a nice color because you can kind of, you know, make some alterations to it and bring it out more. Green pumpkin grape swirl. I don't have that one. I don't have the green pumpkin grape swirl. I don't have the green pumpkin blue swirl, and I don't have the green pumpkin purple flake. So those three I don't have. When I get them, I'll show them to you. Gold digger. You know I love this color in other baits. It is really cool in the 6-stick. I mean, that is a fish catching color right there. That gold digger color, like a light pumpkin watermelon maybe top, some red flake. I think it might be gold because it is called gold digger, but I think it's more of a gold there and maybe a red there, and then kind of that lighter underneath. So that gold digger color is really, really awesome. Another great one there. June bug I don't have. Kitchen sink. Come on, you know I've got kitchen sink, right? You know I love that color. I think the last time I was throwing these, this is the one I was throwing around, the kitchen sink color. That watermelon, I guess it's like a green pumpkin, watermelon candy, whatever you want to call it. To me, it looks more, I guess it's more of a green pumpkin candy, but kitchen sink is a great color in PowerTeam's lineup of anything. So if you want to try one, try that one. Even though the gold digger's pretty cool too. Okeechobee Craw, I definitely have. Oh, hold on here. Just stay organized here. I do have one of their packages with the green pumpkin. One of the old packs right there. I did show you the black blue flake. I'll get these Pro Packs so I just to kind of stay organized showing you those. That, I believe, is green pumpkin yet. I must have brought a Pro Pack also. There's that Galaxy color that I showed you earlier. Very, very cool. Gold digger. Gotta love that. Those are the Pro Packs that I have. One thing about doing these videos, your hands get very, all that hog tonic on there. Let's see. Okeechobee Craw. Now, you know this one. You know this is a great color. You got that dark green pumpkin on the one side with some, flake in there, and then that sapphire blue other color. So you can kind of switch it around. I mean, if you're Nico rigging, it doesn't really matter. But if you're going to wacky word, do you want that to be the top, or that to be the bottom? You can kind of flip it around and try different colors. I usually leave the green pumpkin on top and the sapphire blue on the bottom, but it doesn't matter. I don't know. Probably not. Okeechobee Craw. There is my Pro Pack of that. Okeechobee Craw, another great one. Let's see. The plum and the pumpkin seed. I believe, now I must have just got single packs of these. I'm going to double check here so I don't mix up the colors. I think the plum, yeah. This is the plum. It's kind of like a red bug. That's a really cool color. None of these colors are bad options. If you have a color that you really like, I'm sure they probably cover it and you can, make it work. Plum, pumpkin seed, I think is that guy. Let me just double check. Yep, there's the old pumpkin seed right here. Just regular pumpkin seed, can't go wrong with that. Purple Rain, I don't remember what that looks like. I think it's that one, but let me double check. Purple Rain. Okay, so that's this guy that I was mixing up before. So the Purple Rain is like a silver bottom, a smoke top with gold flake, black flake, purple flake. So that's pretty cool. Kind of similar to that other one. They're kind of similar, even though this is a more dense, different flake colors, but they're similar. They're similar, but not the same. But Purple Rain, pretty cool. I believe I've got a pro pack of that right there. Not that you can tell. It does. You can see that it says Purple Rain on there. I mean, I can see it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on that video. Do have a pro pack of that. The Susky Slayer. Now it says I have a pro pack of it, but I don't see the pro pack. I thought I just saw it. I must have moved it over here. Must have got it mixed up with something, or it fell off the table. I thought I had a few extra ones of the Susky Slayers. I don't see them. But I know I have it. Oh, here it is. I got a few of them left. As you can see, I've used that color a lot. I do have a bunch here in the box. But that Susky Slayer is such a cool color. That pumpkin, green pumpkin on one side. What was that? Maybe purple, maybe orange, black flake in there. And then that chartreuse underneath. That's a great color. Wish they made that in some other baits too. But Susky Slayer, I got a few left in that pro pack, like 5, 4. That's one more pro pack left. All right, so Susky Slayer, color, very cool. Whoops. And Watermelon Red Flake and Wicked Berry. And I don't have either one of those. Now I have, oh, hold on. I said something earlier that is not incorrect. I must have forgotten it when I made the list originally. They do have a green pumpkin purple gold flake. Yeah, green pumpkin purple gold flake, and I do have it. Here it is right here. So I do have that one. This is probably, this pro pack, I don't know what that is. That might be a discontinued color that I don't know. Yeah, because that's not even in my box here. Oh, I guess it is. Maybe there is a discontinued color, but I don't know the name of it. But that is definitely the green pumpkin purple gold flake. If you like that color, that's a pretty cool one. So I can check that off the list. It could be, I don't think this is Wicked Berry, because that looks different in the other ones. I know it, I'm pretty sure it's not Wicked Berry, because that's the one that has the sapphire blue on it. This, I think, is probably a discontinued color. It looks to me to be a smoke. I don't know. I'm getting confused now if that's the one I have or I don't have. Let's see if I can figure it out, guys. Okay, that is definitely not it. Green pumpkin, it's not green pumpkin purple flake, that's for sure. Definitely not. Yeah, I would say this is probably a color that's discontinued, because I don't see anything on here that would fit the description of that color. It's not the Purple Rain, which we already went over. Wicked Berry. Yeah, it's definitely not the Wicked Berry. I knew that from the other colors. This must be a discontinued one. Now, to me, this looks like, that's probably why I didn't write it down. To me, this is like a smoke with purple and gold and black flake. So I don't know what it was called. I've got some, and I think this is more of them. Unfortunately, this is, but this, the tag is totally, you cannot see the writing on there, unfortunately, or I could give you a color. But I did have a pro pack of it, whatever it was. So that's the one that I can't identify. But, you know, really cool bait. You know, green pumpkin, black blue flake, kitchen sink, gotta love it. Gold digger, baby bass, Susky Slayer, the Purple Rain and the Dinner Bell, very cool, look kind of similar. Galaxy, very, very cool. It's almost like that one's kind of, nah, not like the Galaxy at all. The Okeechobee Craw, purple and gold flake, green pumpkin, very, very cool. And the plum and the pumpkin, those are the colors that I got. So as time goes by and I grab more of the colors, I'll show them to you. But very versatile bait. Wacky worm it, you know, which is what most people do. As I've been saying, I've been getting into that Nico rig lately, and I think this will play well with that. And you know what the heck? I'll rig one up for you. Now, for this size bait, I could probably get away with that 5. I've been using these, if you guys have watched my other videos, I've been using these crossover rings. I could probably get away with a 5. I'm going to go with a 6 just to see how it fits. Here's a 6 black in that crossover ring. I'm going to put that on. And that tool really does help, that VMC tool. So if you haven't got, if you like to throw a Neko rig or Nico rig, I'm going to call it something different every time. We'll call it Neko because it's N-E-K-O. So now this size here, this is a 6. If you've never seen these before, I hope it shows up well in the video. It's just like instead of using a regular O-ring, which is fine, this has the bigger, you know, a fatter O-ring, but it has a little hole there and a little whip to put your hook through, so you don't have to go through the bait. And this little guy here looks like Rodan. I just pull it open and put this guy on. And you see how when you open it up, you can put your bait right through. So I'm going to use that kitchen sink one. Now I'm going to use, this is my bottom, so my weight would go here. Now it doesn't matter which way I go. I'm only going to go this way because it's thinner. I always pick the thinner side of the soft plastic, and then just start feeding it through. Once you get it on there enough like that, I can kind of just pull this off, and then I'll move it along the bait where I want it. So now I've got it on there. Now I'm gonna want it more towards the middle of the bait. So I'm just gonna, and these things move, you know, they're very soft. They move right along the bait. Now it's a little, I'm finding it a little more difficult with these because there's so many ribs on there. But I think I'm gonna be able to do it. If I find it's difficult, I may put it just, instead of, because on a regular worm, it just slides right down nice and easy. Now it's not moving too bad, but it is more difficult with the, with this bait because of all those ribs, because it kind of gets planted in each rib, but it's moving, and I don't want to tear the bait, even though it does rough it up a little, which is probably a good thing. Now let's see if I can get it over this big part. That's going to be the trick. See, now that's where it becomes, with this bait, this is where it becomes a bit of an issue. But what I could do is really leave it right there, because then that bigger side, it'll really move around a lot. See if I can get it through here. I'll have to do another one, but I think you could run it like that. So, and put your hook in. And let's take this one out here. This is just the Owner Sniper Finesse hook. We use that. I'm not going to put a weight in. I'm going to assume that my weight is going to be, you know what, since it's not as far up, I'd put it on this side. And then I want this hook to be up and away from the weight would be. So that's how my Nico would sit, and then this is going to pop on the bottom like that. So you can just see with that, that's just going to flop all around, make a lot of really good action. So I think I might have to work on it a little bit with these. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Or if you just prefer a regular, you know, wacky rig. I do find that getting the hook back out of these crossovers is a little tough. Getting it over the barb can be difficult. I don't want to tear it. Oh, there it goes. Popped out. But, so I think you can definitely use it like that. Oh, be careful. Be careful with these you know, for this bait, maybe the crossover ring isn't the best with all those, you know, granted I was pulling it pretty hard. Maybe Well, now I've got two Neds. So be careful. See, getting it over that thick part, that's going to be, I think you're going to have to really use the tool for that and not do it with your hand like I just did, as you can see. So maybe even, I'll tell you the truth. Tell you the truth, guys, I might go with a bigger O-ring, a bigger, whatchamacallit for this bait, because that thick part, that's with the 6. I might go with a bigger one. But even though, just imagine your bait is not torn like I just did, that fits over that pretty good. And that is the, I think I took the 6 out, right? Yeah. So that's with the 6. I might go with the 7 just to make it easier. I think it's fine. I would just, if you're going to use this bait, I would go all the way to that thick part. Don't do it, because it's hard to get it up that, through all those ribs. And you can see I tore the bait doing it. So now you've seen it in live action, how not to do it. But I think having it right there is probably the best. So I would use the bigger size. I don't know if I have any of the 7s out. Let's see what I got here. No, I only got the 4s. Well, let's try it. If you guys can indulge me for another minute here. 6s, 8s. I'm going to try the 8. Now the 8 is the big size. I'm going to just see if it's tight enough. So there's the VMC crossover ring in the 8. So if I'm going to use this bait for a Neko rig, I'm going to try this one. Here's the 8. I think it'll make it easier. Not that you can't use the 5, or the 6. I think the 8 will be perfect. So if I go through, I'll use a different color this time. Use this guy. Now, it's the same distance from both, so now I'm going to run this through. Now, instead of running it through and then stopping, I'm going to go all the way to that thick part, which is, oh yeah, that's so much easier. So much easier. And then pop it off. Just don't take it off of where you want it. Oh, it's so much easier. So much easier. Yeah, that fits nice and tight. So as you can see, now I'm under that thicker part. If you're going to use these for Neko rigging, definitely use the 8. It just makes it so much easier. It fits on there perfect. Put your weight in right there. Your hook on. What do you do with that hook I had? Oh, there it is. Pop that hook on. Remember, if your weight's on the bottom, you go away from the hook. That's going to be better. Yeah, that's going to be better. Then you're not going to have, it's not going to be flopping over too much. I think in that thick part is the way to go. Line tie there, your weight there, bop it around. You could even go, ouch, that hook is sharp. You could even go a little further to the bottom if you want. But that's it. I would use the 8. It's nice and tight, and it's easier to get on. Definitely easier to rig. And that, my friends, is it. So that is the 5-inch 6-stick. If you guys like throwing Senko style baits and you haven't tried this one, give it a shot. Lots of cool colors. Wacky worm, Neko rig. You can fish it like just a regular worm. Pitch it on a light weight with a Texas rig around grass. Catch some fish next to a dock. Straight wacky worm, right through. Just go right through that thick part they give you. Makes it easy. If you don't like to use O-rings or anything, you like to just do it the old-fashioned way and stick a regular hook right there. It works fine. Surely you tear up a few baits, but you'll catch some fish. But that's it, guys. The 5-inch 6-stick from PowerTeam Lures. Watch out when you use that smaller one. You don't tear the bait in half. Luckily, I've got extras, but that's it. So 21 colors, I showed you 13. You've got 8 more to choose from. Check out the PowerTeam Lures site. Go to the worm section, and you'll see those. See the 6-stick, and try it out. Try it out. You know, it must be, you know, a bait they must sell this bait well. They've got a bunch of colors, and I know people love to throw, you know, Senko style baits, and this is a cool one. I mean, the colors are just so cool. Lots of really cool colors, and loaded with garlic. Loaded with garlic. So check them out. Check them out. If you haven't tried them and you like throwing stick baits, give it a shot. If you were to purchase some, let's see, I don't remember what the prices are. 7-pack is $4.99. Not terrible. That's 7 baits. Use my code MarkNJBass, save 15%. So probably under $4 for a pack of 7. If you go for the Pro Pack, which, as you can see, I have a lot of, $10.99 for 25 baits. That's pretty good, and then you're going to get 15% off. So that's really the way to go. That's probably why I have so many Pro Packs of them, because it's just, you know, you might as well, especially if it's a bait you like. And lots of cool colors. Lots of cool colors. You know, there's really so many different ways to rig these up. And I said before, if you chopped them in half, you'd have two Ned rigs. If I just took one of these and chopped it right in half, I'd have 2 pretty good Neds to use. I'm sure I would catch some fish. So there you go. Any questions, guys? Let me know in the comments. If you've used this bait before, let me know and how you like it. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. I'll put the links to it, the link to the bait, and put my code on there that I've put in all of them. It's MarkNJBass. Just use that. Save 15% when you make an order. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So any questions, let me know. If you've had other ways to rig these, let me know. Let me know. I mean, I'm really getting to that Nico rig fishing lately. It's been catching some fish for me. And that's it. So please like the video. Please share it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.